Bushwhacks were some of the worst days I've ever had in the mountains, or life, really.
Whereas Panther Mountain is totally opposite. It's a mountain on top of a crater.
I think the weather challenges on this incident were particularly difficult.
It was really the development of New York State. Catskills were responsible.
Now you're listening to Inside the Line, the Catskill Mountains Podcast.
All right, so welcome to episode 233. Good Lord, sorry about that, Haley. Haley Heinrich joins us tonight. Escarpment Trail. She won it for the females area. She is called Queen of the Escarpment. So she's here tonight to talk about her experience with the Escarpment one, what it took to win it and stuff like that. And just tossing everything and how she loves climbing vertical and doing technical stuff, which is truly amazing. So welcome to the show, Haley.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Can't wait to hear about the run and stuff. I have so many questions that are weird. I kind of do that. I have weird questions. So
I like weird questions. Bring it on.
Okay. So I wanted to bring everybody up on August 16th. There's the Climate for Climate event over at the Bel Air Ski Center. We will be doing a live show there. Hopefully Tad will be joining me. It'll be pretty fun. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Haley, I just found out, I don't know how I just found out because I should have been looking into this, but she won it last year. So she has a little background in the Climate for Climate run. So, and how you say it is climb it for climb it. So climate change, stuff like that. So it sounds weird saying it really quick. So Haley, what do you got to say about that run?
Well, first I'll start with the RD and the crew there. Even if it's not like what you like to run, it's so worth it just for the crew. And now I'm so bummed. Like, that's awesome that you're going to be there. Are you guys live streaming it?
We are. We're going to.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Damn. Oh, I'm disappointed I'm missing it. I think it's going to take off more and more throughout the years, but the crew is great. Like, the camaraderie, it's an awesome, inclusive community. Bib pickup is really fun, and it's at the Phoenicia Diner. So I got to experience that last year, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And that kind of sparked my interest in the Catskills, but the course is really great. It's a hike. It's a hike that, just kind of hold on. I think you get a little bit of everything. Now I'm going to try to remember, but
I'm looking at it right now. So
okay, it's like
I should have looked into this.
It's like 5K vert. I think I can't remember the distance right now. I want to say 15 miles, something around that. But you're going up like a very runnable ski slope in the beginning, which I can't stand, but it's like nice to get out of the way. It kicks your butt right from the beginning, and then you get into the woods, which is the nice part. And it's like some grassy, runnable downhill. And then you get into some techie trails, which again, that's my bread and butter. So I really liked that part. And then you go down, you think you're like kind of out of the woods a little bit, but then you're just climbing even more and then even more. And then you finish, running down a really steep ski slope. And it's really nice. It's a nice little send at the end, which is fun.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 16.2 miles, 5,344 feet of elevation gain. You start at the end at the Bel Air Ski Center. You go run up the Deer Run Trail, which is basically the trail that is just a kind of just a road trail, truck trail, stuff like that to bring supplies up to the top. And then you head over towards Balsam Mountain. You go down Balsam Mountain, hit the Ryder Hollow area. You go back all the way up, and then you go down McKinley Hollow, hit the McKinley Hollow, slap it, then go back up Balsam, and then all the way back down to Bel Air. So that's pretty badass. I think I guess I got that wrong. I'm sorry. You go up the Discovery Way, and then you do that, and then you go down the Deer Run Trail. So cool. It sounds good.
It was so much fun, and they have some really cool post-race gear too. I love the colors Amy uses for stuff. So yeah,
Nice.
definitely worth signing up. It's quite an adventure.
So now, because you're not going to make it and you won it last year, everybody's going to chip in and get Haley a helicopter, and she's going to be flying over here.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And we'll touch you down because there's plenty of places to land at the Bel Air, and then you'll come in, have a brief things, be like, I won it last year, I got to go. And then.
Yeah. Man, I wish I would have done it again, but financially, like feasibility, still looking for a sponsor. That'd be great to help. So I could do that. But also, I have another race in 2 weeks and I need to be a little bit careful. I'm not very good at tapering. So
what was your time?
For climate?
Yeah, rough guess.
No idea. No, two and maybe right under 3.
Wow,
maybe?
Nice.
Maybe. If I'm wrong.
Insane. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
So once again, we'll be there Sunday, August 16th at the Bel Air Ski Center. I don't know where we're going to set up. Just look around, look for a tent or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure Amy is hooking us up with like right at the front. We're going to be right there. I don't know if we're going to be like broadcasting, projecting out, because I don't know if she has music or stuff like that. I'm going to get a hold of her and get down the logistics. So it'll be fun. It'll be super fun. So
there's a nice aid station too that people do the out and backs, and she got some awesome videos from there. I wonder if she'll have you over there.
Sweet.
It's a very refreshing aid station where it is. So
good. It'll be fun. Yeah. So looking forward to it. Also, I don't know if you heard about this, Haley. We had some major flooding in the Hudson Valley, Catskills region this previous week, last week, during whatever they didn't even have a name for it. Usually you have we got 2011 Hurricane Irene. There was something else in 2016 that was named like Storm whatever, but this had no name. It just was one of those systems that lingered around that one area. Massive downpours happened in the Hudson Valley region, Kerhonkson, Catskill, Cairo, stuff like that. And it dropped in Kerhonkson, I believe it was 11.6 inches in a matter of 24 hours.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, an equivalent, if you want to go for if we're all looking forward to the winter, if you want to go equivalent, that's over 10 or 12 feet of snow. So it's a little bit high. So major flooding had hit. The Catskills got it okay. I remember Tannersville got some flooding and Hunter got some flooding, but it looks to be okay right now. Everything's back to normal. I haven't heard too much chatter about any trails that have been broken down or severely eroded or blow down or anything like that. So that's good. But once again, use some cautions. I know there's a couple roads out in the East Jewett area that are closed because of some bridges has been demolished by the rain and stuff. And it was a crazy event. Once again, I think the Hudson Valley weather described it like a low pressure system, just kind of almost doing like the hurricane, but sitting there, just one big massive dump on there. And it's just crazy. Did you guys, you're up in New Hampshire, right? You're located up in New Hampshire?
Yeah, we're in a drought. Our well is really low. So I'm sorry that this is happening over there. And I'm glad actually that I was just there. So I know the places, like I know Tannersville now. I know Cairo. I'm like, oh, we drove right around there, near there or through there. But yeah, we're not experiencing that here like at all. Yeah. We did get like a pretty hard storm that it said it was going to rain for it's been saying it's going to rain for like 2 weeks. And we get like a little bit, but I'm over in the Upper Valley, near Mount Sunapee. A lot of people know that for like the racing championships here. We're in a drought. I mean, most of New Hampshire is, but yeah, we didn't. I guess some places actually got a lot more rain, but unfortunately, we did not. But man, that's crazy, and I'm sorry to hear about that over there.
It's wild. It's what happens. It's climate change. Is you can't deny. How being 44 years old and living this right now as I did in the 80s and 90s, and not saying that I've ever experienced this crazy kind of stuff that's going on. Extreme heat, wildfires, massive rainstorms, without tropical storms. It's pretty crazy.
It really is. I was just talking with some friends yesterday too about they lived in a couple of towns over and then they moved to closer to us. But we were talking about how we were in the best shape ever like a couple years ago when it rained all summer because the trails were so slippery that like we were using so much more technical skills and stuff, and it's like it's been so dry. And I'm grateful sometimes for dry trails, but it's like my dogs can't get water. I can't refill water on the trail. Like there's no denying there's definitely climate change, and it's pretty significant.
I can't
But yeah.
believe you like running on the rocks that are wet and stuff. I'd be scared shitless.
You know, it's weird. I prefer that. I think it takes a little bit of pressure, especially in a race. I know maybe as I get older, like that will change, but I feel like you're more likely to hurt yourself when you're more fearful of it. And sometimes just embracing that and getting shoes that you really trust, which is hard sometimes, but like
Yeah.
there's like a pressure lifted off of me when I'm running in the rain. I don't know. And I like
Wow.
it. I think it's refreshing. It's just a me thing. It's weird. I don't know.
Maybe that's why you're winning all these races, because you're used to running down these treacherous, steep areas that are slippery. But now this is just like, oh God, I can skip and jump through this crap now.
I mean, I don't know. I actually hate I hate this. I hate the summer weather. I hate how hot it is. I'm not a hot runner. I run all year round, but I prefer the winter actually
Oh,
in October. But thank you. Thanks for giving me some credit there. Maybe I just want to get it over with. Maybe I'm like, oh, it's so hot. I want to be done with this. So
it's
I don't
true.
know.
It's
Yeah.
true. You gotta, and like we'll talk about that later, is you gotta think
Yeah.
about more stuff when it's hotter out. You gotta think about water. You gotta think of electrolytes.
Yeah.
You have more in your mind
Yes,
other than
you do.
just slippery surfaces.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh
Love it.
yes. So let's just we're gonna do some recent rescues here in the Catskills. So on July 25th at 10:15 a.m., Forest Rangers Cowart and Sweeney responded to a call for a hiker feeling dizzy and lightheaded on the Becker Hollow Trail on Hunter Mountain. Can understand that. That's a pretty crazy hike. 2 miles. It's like 2,000 feet of gain. So
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. We don't
Yeah.
have that here.
in New Hampshire, come on.
Rolling. I mean, we do, but we don't. I mean, we have a couple of steep areas, but I don't know. It's more technical, so it feels equivalent, just in a much different way.
True. This is 2 miles. It's like an old Jeep trail going almost all the way up to the top. So there's no
Yeah.
switchbacks though. It's just straight up uh, shit, like
Yeah.
basically. But it's a good, like people use it a lot for training. So
Yeah, no, it sounds like a good training area.
yeah, he's 73-year-old from New York City, was nauseous, sweating, and refusing to eat or drink. When the Rangers arrived, the subject was improving enough to take electrolyte liquids and some food. Rangers walked slowly with the patient until they reached the trailhead, and the hiker refused further medical treatment. Resources were clear at 3:15 p.m. Oh wow, that's a long rescue for just a dehydration and sweating. Wow. That's 10, 11, 12, like 5 hours. Usually they get them out in a freaking matter of 2 hours. They're crazy. Then in the next day, town of Hunter, July 26, 209, Rayburg Dispatch received a call about a severely dehydrated hiker near Catskill Falls at 2:34 p.m. Forest Ranger Black and Assistant Forest Ranger Zelnick reached a 46-year-old from Northport. The hiker ate only one granola bar the entire day. Sounds like a trail runner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, been there. I know that stubbornness, but oh, it's so dangerous.
And Rangers provide glucose packet of water. The subject walked out of the road and refused further medical attention. And the Rangers, with this, suggest that eating before heading out on a hike and bringing extra food that's high in protein as calories is good. It's part of the 10 essentials.
Eventually, we'll learn. Maybe.
Eventually. And then like there was some today, hold on, actually, once again, the next day, actually July 27th, 2:34 p.m. at the same place, Catskill Falls Trail, a 32-year-old from Schenectady looked like an ankle injury at the Catskill Falls Trail. They reached them, splinted the ankle. Ranger Jackson and Zelnick, AFR Zelnick, packaged the patients in a wheeled litter. Along with the Twin Cloves technical rope rescue team, they wheeled the patient to a waiting UTV. Rangers transported the subject to the Laurel House parking lot. At 4:45, Wyndham ambulance transported the patient to the hospital. So that Catskill Falls is is a local place for rescues, as we all know. I don't know. So Haley, the Catskill Falls it's you basically ended right near it. I don't know if you've ever been there.
We went there the day before.
Nice. Yeah. 250 feet, not too crazy.
Yeah.
But this seems it's one of the hottest spots to go in New York State. So
yeah, I would say so. We tried to find the trails that were not infested with people, but I think that might be a little bit easier to do when you know the area, but that was not possible when we were there. So it was pretty, but yeah, there's a lot of people.
It was on a Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
I mean, we figured, but yeah, my husband was like, I had a little bit of a meltdown at the end because we never see that many people on like our trails. But again, we know all the places. So it was just, and we're in a small town in New Hampshire. So it was like, oh, this is what it's like to be around a lot of people.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, I'm like you. I prefer the not lesser known place, but the lesser known trails, having the peak to myself or something.
Yeah,
I've gone there a couple times on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I'm just like, oh, this is a little crazy.
Yep.
So
even parking, we almost had to turn around because I didn't realize that. I should have known this. Like, we have that up north in the Whites, but the parking lots were completely full. And I was like, Matt, just wait. Someone's going to pull out of there. Someone's going to pull out. And someone pulled out. So we were good. But I was like, oh, crap. I did not research this place at all. So, yeah.
It's a hot spot. Let's just say that.
Yeah. The food locally, though, is delicious, though. So that was cool, at least after.
Nice. Where'd you go?
Brave the Flames.
Oh, nice. That's a cool place.
Yeah, it was really good. And then we also got to explore, there was a really cute like trail running store, Camp Catskill there. And the owner was there. He was super nice. And I wanted to buy everything in there. It was very like runner friendly stuff too. I don't know. There was like a Ridge Runner shirt. Like, oh, this is so cool. I wish we had more gear that said that. We do have some places like Run the Whites here, which is awesome. Or White Mountain Ski Co. now is the name. But it was cool to accidentally find that shop. And I can't remember. I think we stayed in Durham or Wyndham. I don't remember. We were all over. But we also went to this little, it wasn't little, this like farm cafe too.
Nice.
I think it's pretty famous around there. It said on the website something about their son started making donuts at 7 years old, and then
interesting.
I don't know what that place is. I did a lot of research on it.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a great visit.
Oh, cool. Like, so the cool thing is the owner of Camp Catskill, Ryan, is also a sponsor of the show. So. Oh,
that's too funny. Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to Ryan. He was super nice. I'm excited just to go back there to go to Brave the Flames and go to Camp Catskill.
Right across the street from Camp Catskill is an awesome Mexican restaurant. I forgot what it's.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. You like burritos?
I have a burrito right here, so
that's why I brought that up. I was just like, hell yeah, go over to it. So yeah, Ryan's a sponsor of the supporter of the show and stuff, and he's been for a very long time. So you could have grabbed yourself a free sticker there, but I'll send you one.
Oh, I have my sticker. I have my Ridge Runner sticker here.
Oh, nice. Well, a sticker from the podcast. They have.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, I will need one. Water bottle needs one.
Nice. All right, I will send you one. So awesome. Thank you, Haley, for taking your time out to what we call shooting the shit. So let's move on to the amazing support of the show. So the supporters of the show are fantastic people who donate their money every month, every time they want to, for supporting the show and keeping the show going, like Chris Gerbian, Eric Rosario, Oskana Nichols, John Comiskey, Mikey S., Desert City Radio, Henry Burmeister, Vicky Ferreira, Jeff Jotz, David Oliver, who probably doesn't listen to the show, Karen Biscoff, Betsy A, Denise W, Vanessa, and Jim C. A lot of amazing supporters. Thank you very much. And thank you, Karen Biscoff. She's the new of the supporters. So really appreciate it. And our amazing sponsors of the show, like Outdoor Chronicles Photography. Molly from Outdoor Chronicles Photography specializes in adventure elopement and adventure couple photography in the Catskills, Adirondacks, and the White Mountains. She's an officiant for getting married, a licensed guide, but most important, she's a story maker. Molly won't just give you photos, she'll give you memories that will last forever. Don't hesitate to get a hold of Molly on all platforms. Check out Molly, Haley. She's does a lot of stuff up in the Whites.
I'm hearing this right now and I'm like, man, I should have reached out to her when I was getting married. This sounds pretty cool.
She like hikes people up to all these different places, secluded places, takes these awesome sunset photos, stuff like that. She's incredible.
Hey, maybe I'll reach out to her. Does she have a social, like, is it Instagram or
Both.
what's her?
Outdoor Chronicles Photography on Instagram and stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah. And also, if you ever want to learn more about hiking or backpacking, you can brush up on your old schools in the backcountry too. You need to check out Trail Brown Project, a hiking and backpacking school. Scott and Joe from the New Jersey Search and Rescue Team have amazing backgrounds in wilderness first aid, wilderness first responder, and the Mountain Rescue Association, and they are there to teach you old and new skills of hiking and backpacking. They teach anything from first aid, map and compass, and many other skills that could help you and others while out in the trail. Check them out on their website and all social media platforms. Haley, I don't know if you saw this in the agenda, but are you having anything to drink tonight that you want to chat about, like alcohol or something?
I'm so dumb about this, but I'm not dumb about this. I love a sour beer, but I don't have a gallbladder, and every time I work up the courage to have a full beer, it does not work out for me.
Fair enough.
I wish I had a some kind of sour beer or a margarita, but again, can't do alcohol. So my choice of drink is Recess Mood Adaptogen drink. It is good. Yeah, not bad. It's no beer, it's no tequila, but
Recess Mood.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
It says it's supposed to make you calm and relax. I don't know if that works, but I think it's a great placebo if it does. So
I'll check it out. So we do this thing usually like this. I'll show you. Turn it on this, and then you go.
Oh.
Nice,
okay,
right?
I can do that. I mean, I have a seltzer. All right, now I'm part of it.
Okay. I think I heard a little bit of that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. I got a good old Hudson North peach mango. Hudson North, awesome cider.
Ooh, that flavor sounds good. I make my husband get a beer, like I'll buy it for him, and I'm like, well, I just want one sip of it. So he gets beer, I get a sip. We're good.
Nice. That's good. I mean,
yeah,
can't go wrong with a hard cider sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah.
So, Haley, this part is called Are You Really Outdoors? If you mention the hikes through one of your social media platforms, I will chat about it on the show. Tad will chat about it on the show. We'll chat when he's here. Unfortunately, okay. Tad's not here. He's working. So let's see. Chrissy G was betraying the Catskills by hiking in Spain, up in the Pyrenees Mountains, and she did some mountain biking all around the Pyrenees Mountains and such. So Chrissy G's over in Spain. It seems like everybody actually that's tagged us is kind of betraying the Catskills, but that's okay. They'll be here in the winter. Serena Marie 46er was up in the Adirondacks and did Big Slide. Tracy Pink Pony 18 was over in the Berkshires at the Monument Mountain. So that's cool. I hope I said that right. As everybody says it, Berkshires. I've heard different.
I've heard Berkshires. I don't know.
Yeah, same. I was just like Berkshires.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So Todd T-Bold Outdoors, climbed Hadley Mountain, and then did Black Mountain to complete his Lake George 12-stir challenge. Congratulations, Todd. That's awesome. Danny Mildly Mischievous was up on Catskill High Peak for number 235 of this 420 grid.
Nice.
Yeah, do you do grid stuff like that, like challenges and stuff?
No, because I kind of end up just like going with the flow of whatever. I am so anti-committal when I did the 48 4,000 footers, and then I did all the 4,000 footers in Vermont, and I'd like to go do the Adirondacks. That's like my next thing, but I kind of just got to go with it, because if someone's going to suggest something, also if I like commit to something, it's kind of scary. Like it's going to happen. It's going to get done fast.
How far is the drive for you from the Adirondacks to the Adirondacks?
I think it's like, probably the shortest drive is like between 3 and 4 hours, maybe.
That's tough.
Yeah. So, but maybe I'll make some friends that I can come stay with. can let me get up there.
True. And then you also probably do like 5 or 6 of them in 2 hours. So
Well, I mean, we'll see. I do have some friends like Charlotte Winkler. She used to live there. I think her parents live there. She's told me to get up there sometime. I would really like them. So hoping to make some connections. And Amy invited me out, so maybe
nice.
I can. Yeah. I'd like to check more of that out.
Cool. You'll be out here in no time. We know that.
Oh, I will. Definitely.
Vicky Hiker Goddess Adventures is on her start doing the Prezi Traverse and did Madison. Yeah, that is the Prezi is beautiful. Yeah, loved it. Off in the woods, Sean was out doing Westkill and did some off-trail exploring near the summit. Oscana Catskill Ever After did Millbrook Ridge with the Catskill Mountain Club and also did the Tambark Trail. Andy Brownski sat on his butt for 3 hours and said somehow he made it 11 miles. Paddled around Croton Point, Haverstraw Bay, the Tappan Sea, and the Croton River. Very cool area. Rob, the Sloth Trance did Gothic, Armstrong, and Upper Wolf Jaw in the Adirondacks. And Richie Nature Escapes took the kids up Slide Mountain, and the kids asked the same question as Ted. Why don't they just build a bridge over the Neversink? Hell yeah. Glad your kids understand, but the DEC doesn't. So good job, Richie. Good way to raise your kids. Mike at Red Hand Adventure Guides was at the Trustin Trail doing 3 miles of mushroom hunting. And last but not least, Lily, aka Mountain Bounty, was up doing the Big Hollow Loop with the Catskill Trail Sisters. And we'll talk about that later. So thank you, everybody, for tagging the show in your social media posts. Greatly appreciate it. If I missed it, call me out, please, and I will do it on the next show. I'm really sorry if I didn't call you. So if you think we're doing a good job, an okay job, and you want to show us some love, buy us a hard cider at buymecoffee.com. And I don't have 3 tonight. I don't know if I can finish all 3 of these, Josh, but Josh at Orsa's Compass got us 3 hard ciders saying the podcast is my go-to for keeping up of what's going on in the hiking world. Let's keep teaching and preaching, leave no trace, and how we can all be stewards of nature. So thank you, Josh. Cheers. Good luck for Ursa's Compass. Anybody needs a guide, check out Josh and Ursa's Compass on every social media. All right, so let's get you in the conversation, Haley. Previous hikes, what have you been up to after the Escarpment run that you want to chat about?
It hasn't been that long, so I've been taking it a little bit easier. I've been having some issues with hydration and nutrition this year and maybe overdoing it a little, so I'm trying to practice tapering, like I said before. I did this past weekend. I have a race coming up called Jigger Johnson, and it's like where they do the White Mountain 100, the White Mountain 50. So I think some people might be familiar. I'm doing the baby race, the 20-miler, but that's in my wheelhouse. Eventually I'll work my way up to the longer distances, but I'm good right here and now. So I just did a course preview, and I did about 16 or 17 miles of it, where again, it's in the White Mountains, so not the same as Catskills or Adirondacks, but I went up and over the Osceolas and then up and over Mount Tecumseh. And the race takes you along like a very runnable trail, and then you are in not super runnable terrain, but it's nice and techy and gnarly. So nice. I did a little practice there, and it was
Tecumseh's the lowest of the 48, correct?
Yeah, I think technically it's not a 4,000 footer anymore. So people make jokes about like, I don't know, stand on your tiptoes and it'll be a 4,000 footer, but it is still part of it. I guess it's on the list. So.
And are you one of those people that kind of run the Prezi and the Pemi and stuff like that?
I had, so funny enough, like I've done the 4,000 footers. I've lost track of them. I actually did them with my dog for the first round, but I've only ever hiked the Prezi Traverse. I'm not sure why. It's a little bit longer of a drive, and that is such specialized climbing. Like I don't even want to put this out in the atmosphere yet, but I would like to attempt an FKT there, but I need to get on that terrain a little bit more before I go for that. Eventually, if I do that. I've done the extended Pemi Loop. I've run that with a friend a couple years ago, and then this this past year I had a little bit of a blow up. I now know why. But I did right before they did the construction to the Pemi Loop, because you can do the Pemi Loop right now, but you can't do it from Lincoln Woods where everyone traditionally does it. It's that long railroad bed that it's like feels like it's never ending.
Never ending.
Yeah, and then you get into the pretty stuff, but I did do it this year. It did not go well. I was going for an FKT very last minute, like 3 days after doing a mountain race, which was really stupid, but never claimed to be smart. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's a little bit more runnable, and it's still very, very technical, but compared to the Prezi, I wouldn't say it's as technical. I wouldn't say that. It's just longer. It's 30 miles versus 18, 19. So
yeah, it's I've done the Prezi, hiked it, and it's one of those ones that I like. I'm not a fast hiker at all means like you and stuff, but it's one of those ones that you want to enjoy the first time and stuff. Because of all those views, all those that fun technical terrain, going up Garfield and shit, where it's just absolutely crazy. False summits going up Lafayette that are just never ending. 3 or 4 false summits that you're just like, shit. Yeah, it's one of those places.
We're known for the false summits here. We have quite a few of them, and then you'll read the website after. And if anyone's ever thinking of doing like the 4,000 footers, you need to read about them first, because I can't tell you the number of times people think they summit. And they're not. The summit is this group of trees, like a little bit further on. And it'll say it in the guidebook, but you don't realize. And it's like, I just drove how long to hike 8 miles and I didn't even make it to the summit. But yeah, it's worth it. They're beautiful.
Yes, I will agree that 100%. Yeah. So cool. So getting out and about, What's next for you? Like, you have anything on the agenda for this coming week or something? What's your next run again?
I'm I like runs in general, or like weekend plan, or what?
Either or. Like, what's the weekend plan for you?
I'm gonna probably do something more runnable, trails with a friend. When I say runnable, just like a lot less vert, and then I'm tapering. Keep needing to remind myself that, because I just get excited and I want to do it all, but I'm going to do probably something between 10 and 12 miles of like more hiking, less running, just gentle chatting pace the next day, and then really, really try to dial back everything in general, like keep runs an hour and under, maybe.
Nice.
Like that. Yeah.
Good. You're learning yourself a little bit more and stuff like that.
I'm trying to.
Nice. I hate to, sorry to ask this, but how old are you again?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
never. I'm just kidding. I'm 33.
Nice. Wow.
But yeah, we all kind of like look the same age. We all like blend in between, I would say like 28, 38. I don't know. I feel like a lot of us, it's hard to tell. I'm really short, so usually people guess younger, but
25, I would have guessed. No.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nice. Well, good. This previous weekend, I got to go up and do my trail maintenance up on my trail going from, it's very close to the Escarpment Run, Camel's Hump and Thomas Cole. When you're going up Windham High Peak and you look to the right, there's those 3 beautiful mountains over there, the Blackheads, and you climbed up one of them, Blackhead Mountain.
Okay. Was that the steepest one?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah. My mountain's a little bit a little bit further down, and it has a little bit more vegetation, so I had to bring some extra tools and stuff like that. But I met some great people on the way up. It was nice, but it was super muggy. And on one side of the mountain, there's no wind at all, so you're sweating to death. And all of a sudden, I see these ladies coming down. There's like 6 or 7 of them. And I'm just pouring with sweat, and I'm just like, oh God, I look like an idiot. And all of a sudden I notice, Kelsey, one of my friends, one of the listeners of the show too, she's running. And I'm just like, she probably wouldn't even notice me. She's too busy focusing on time and stuff like that. And she like slams on the brakes. It's like, oh my God, it's Josh. What's going on? And it's good to see all them. Good to meet all them. I met Christy from that started the Catskill Trails, Trail Sisters in the Catskills. And they were running, they were doing some of their stuff. And they were like, hey, you need to go talk to this guy that's up there. He's looking for mushrooms. His name is Jonathan. He's incredible. So I'm like, oh, cool. It would be cool to talk to him. This guy, full of information, because we just got all that rain and the mushrooms are just starting to go crazy.
Oh yeah.
So he has massive bag full of mushrooms, and he's just like telling me about this mushroom. Cuts open this mushroom, and he's like, "Oh, this is a milk mushroom. Watch." Turns it upside down, and it starts like dripping out white. Was nibbling on one. He's like, "This might be a thing." He's like. And he's like, and he just spits it right out. And he's just like, and he was like, oh, that's not it. He's like, that tastes like battery acid. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little, that's not what you want, right? He's like, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, good. But he was super cool. Really didn't meet any. I got up above Claudel's Hill and Camel's Hump where I started getting some good wind, and it felt really good. Hit Camel's Hump, and I've noticed on that trail, I wish you knew about it, Haley, but we had like several viewpoints on that trail. At least 4 viewpoints that are gone now. And I'm starting something about that because, views are big, they're attention grabbers. It gets people into hiking. And it also, once again, it's something to enjoy and to cherish and stuff like that. And they're just disappearing. So in the master plan, they have a sort of thing saying that they have to keep them maintained. If they're located on the map, they have a star. So I'm gonna talk to somebody about that and see what can happen, because these trails that I've maintained for 11 years now are losing its views. So, and that's a lot of views. That's like 5 views on one little 2.5 mile trail. So,
yeah.
So went up there, cut some grass, cut some ferns, cut some vines. Took me a while because I have one of those areas that just vegetates like crazy. It just grows and grows. But there's a certain point that I hit that just doesn't grow at all. And it's just awesome balsam forest and conifers and stuff like that. So it's very, very nice. Got up to the top there. My friend sends me I send a friend of my friend a message saying that I got to the summit. I was cleared some stuff. You're good to go. And he's like, oh, it's raining here. And I'm like, shit, that's in Binghamton. I'm like, that's it's close. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to start running down this damn mountain, set the fastest known time for Stosh. And I ran down probably like a quarter of the trail, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And then I kind of fast paced it. I just paced myself fast. So it was a really good day. I got out. That's what I wanted. I forgot the mileage on it. I think it was around 6 miles, 1,700 feet of gain. Not crazy like what you did, but yeah, I got out. That's all I want. So.
I mean, you say that, but honestly, that's still really good. Like, we have to drive specific areas to get that kind of vert within that mileage. Around here, like, I'm fortunate to be by Mount Sunapee, but it's like 2 to 3 miles up, and it's between, I think, 13 to 1,500 feet, maybe right under that. So I have to do like multiple laps. So that's pretty cool to be able to do that, and visiting the Catskills. The way I don't know, it's just cool to be able to just stack that vert so easily. I mean, I'm like, whoa, I can keep going and keep going. And like we can do that in the whites, but I've got to drive a little bit to get there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like you're located a little bit further south in the New Hampshire area.
Yeah, I'm like an hour between hour 15, hour and a half to Franconia Notch. But to the Prezzies, it's like closer to 2 hours. But I mean, it's not terrible, but sometimes it's just like a little bit too much. But I still love getting out there because there's no views like the Prezzies. It just feels like a different world. So
it frickin' is. It is a different
really
world.
Is, yeah.
Awesome spot. So goodness. So once again, got to meet some great people. John's going to be hopefully on the show in a little bit, talking about mushrooms and stuff like that. Once again, the knowledge I only had like couple minutes with this guy, and he was all over the place, and it was great. And he would like spot something else, be like, "Ooh!" And he's like a little kid on a like a hike or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, let me go touch this and touch that." Like it was super cool. So
Some of the most interesting people I've ever met are foragers, and they know everything. And I feel like I've learned so much. I have a couple like quieter friends, but once we get out in the woods and they're foraging and they're pointing out this, that, and the other, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you were brilliant. This is so cool.
and they're so passionate about it. Like they love. Ooh, look at this. This is and they're I don't know how to say it. It's like touchy feely, but they're like, ooh. Oh, like the way he was just like he cut it open. He's like, oh, and then he nibbled on it. It was so cool. But he was like hands on it. It's great. It's a great learning experience.
Yeah, you don't realize how much you miss until like you talk to someone like that and they show you those things. I'm like, wow, I've never even noticed that before. I never would have, I don't know, made that connection. So that's pretty cool.
Well, you're flying up and down the mountain that you really can't. You pass by a tree in a second.
You know, I need to get some things out, but then there are times where I'm just in my backyard and I'm trying to like really slow down, pick at like the sand and see if I can find any cool rocks or just like look at the new plants over here. I actually accidentally, like I got really invested in plants and I still am, but more indoors than outdoors because I found some, what I thought were beautiful flowers at the end of my driveway. So I dug them up, put them in the yard. I wish I remembered the name, but it turns out they smell like rotting meat and they attract other animals. And I was like, oh, okay. So I've given up on that.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that sounds like
slow down. I do slow down sometimes. It just doesn't work out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that doesn't really work out for you. Yeah. I mean, if you have like we have an open yard, and I don't know if I talked about this last thing, but we're putting our open yard into like a wildflower area. It's not a big area. It's probably like 100 by 50 feet, but it's all going to be wildflowers. And we bought a shitload of flowers last week and just planted all of them, not daffodils, black-eyed Susans all over the place, daisies. There's so many different kinds. There's this cardinal red one that we got that's super cool. So it's going to be infested with insects, bees, and hummingbirds.
The good ones, though, I feel like the wildflowers, I don't know, we put those seeds in our yard and the animals usually eat them, but some of them pop up, at least some of them. But yeah, they're so cool looking.
That's good. Good. So excellent. Glad everybody's out enjoying their hikes and stuff like that. So once again, Catskill News, definitely volunteer wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you're up in New Hampshire or the Catskills or Adirondacks. You can volunteer in the Catskills 3500 Club, Catskill Trail Crew, Catskill Mountains Club Visitors Center, Jolly Rovers Trail Crew, Bramley Mountain, any fire tower. And also, if you need stickers, let me know and I'll send you them for free, or go to Camp Catskill and you can get some free stickers. All right, so let's break it into the weather forecast. Here is your weekend weather forecast. Try to make it as accurate as possible, so don't yell at me, all right? I'm sorry. Anyway, back to the forecast. On Friday, August 7th, expect decent hiking in the day early, but keep an eye on the sky later on. Expect warm and humid conditions with cloud building up and the possibility of an afternoon shower or thunderstorms. Storms could produce brief heavy rain and localized flash flooding if they are strong enough. Summit temperatures will be around the upper 60s to lower 70s, and the valley temperatures will be in the low 80s. Wind chills will reach down to 63 degrees at nighttime. On Saturday, August 8th, probably will be the trickiest day for a hike. The temperatures are comfortable for August, but it looks unstable. A morning hike could be great, but expect thunderstorms and showers late in the afternoon. Summit temperatures around mid to upper 60s to low 70s, with valley temperatures sticking around the 80s. Once again, humidity is going to be one of the concerns. On Sunday, looks to be a beautiful day, clear, but still humid, with more clouds bringing in the later day, and the thunderstorm risk is minimal. The summit temps on Sunday will be around 60 degrees, with the valley temps lingering in the low 80s, and a good day for a longer outing. Once again, humidity seems to be the topic so far, so bring your hydration. And when you're out there, don't forget to be safe, be prepared, and don't become tomorrow's rescue story. Back at it, guys. All right. Thank you for that probably inaccurate weather forecasts because it's never accurate here in the Northeast, as we all know that. Haley's probably done some runs where it's just like, oh, it's going to be sunny, and then the fog never clears.
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
I give up at this point. What do I use? I mountain weather forecast and just like add at least 5-10 degrees because it's always warmer than it says it's going to be, unless it's the winter. Like summer, it's going to be warmer. Winter, expect colder. And that's just the way to play it safe.
I agree, and I find that as well with mountain weather forecasts. I'm just like, oh, yes, it's going to be 65 degrees, and it turns out to be like 78 to 85. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Totally off. I thought I was going to be comfortable. I'm not.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
So let's get our last set of sponsors, and then we'll get on Haley's Escarpment Run Win, Queen of the Escarpment. So is it time for some new gear for hiking in the Catskills? Say no more. Camp Catskill in Tannersville has all your hiking needs. Footwear, socks, moisture-wicking shirts, freeze-dried meals, Catskill merchandise, and runners stuff as well, as Haley said before in the episode. They have all the essentials for your hiking needs. Located in Tannersville and online, check out Camp Catskill. If you want free stickers, definitely stop there. Also, check out Another Summit, a nonprofit program that leads outdoor adventure activities for veterans and first responders for free. Outdoors like walking, hiking, paddling, and even backpacking. We welcome guardians of all ages and ability levels, including those with accessibility needs. Our adventures are located throughout New York and the Northeast, and we organize transit accessible adventures throughout the Hudson Valley and the New York City area. Apply today on anothersummit.org. All right, so let's get on to the guest of the night.
Let's go.
So Haley Heinrich joins us, the first place in the Escarpment Trail Run. I believe that let's run this off the top of my head. 3 hours, 51 minutes, and 27 seconds.
Yeah, something
nice.
Like that.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's let you know I did the Thomas Cole hike. That was only like 6 miles and probably like 3.5 hours. So yeah. So Haley is joining me tonight and to talk about her first place win in the Escarpment Trail Run, bunch of other stuff with trail running and stuff, how she crushed it, how she loved it, how she loves the small communities and stuff like that, and that it's just great to have people on like this that love the small communities, the connections and stuff. Like Haley, it's really cool to hear that, you made the connection with Amy, who's in the Catskills from the running kind. So it's, once again, the connections are tight.
Yeah. No, everyone's been super friendly and just due to like, I don't know, the climate of the world and financial circumstances, because I seem to take on more animals than I mean to. My travel races are usually exclusive to New England, and I'm biased. I love New England trail running. I'd love to travel more. Who wouldn't? But I mean, maybe some people, but there's something about New England. I don't know. It's a special place. And so it was really cool to have Amy reach out to me, say, you should come check this out after I met her at Kilkenny Ridge Race. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so nice. Felt so included. She actually had me on a podcast before the race. And I was so nervous because I'm like, I don't know what it's like out here. I'd only run the Breakneck Championship in New York. That was the only New York run I had prior to this. So that was a great connection. And then I think Dick had messaged me the same year, and I'm like, I can't make it work to go to Climate for Climate and Escarpment, but I will be there next year. So I was really excited. Their social media posts they're so cute. They just they give the history of the race and all the people there, and you could just feel all the love. And I've made it a goal this year to do grassroots races exclusively because I just am not thrilled with some of the way the world is becoming and the races being commercialized. I think we need to honor everyone and focus on the community aspect of things. And I have heard things about grassroots races phasing out, and no, I'm so passionate about that. And I know so many other people are. So I think it's important that we connect with the community. And I was super excited to meet a bunch of people at Escarpment, and they were so welcoming, and it was a great time.
Nice. So why don't you give a little background about yourself to start off, and go all out, how you got, into your early life, and then how you maybe got into hiking and then trail running and such.
Okay, we'll be on here for 8 hours if I did that. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter. But I ran pretty casually in middle school and high school, like cross country races. It was is I was like pretty. I was talented, but I think it was just not. I felt a little bit too much pressure from it. It just wasn't fun for me. But I've always been really outdoorsy, so I just kind of was like, nah, not for me. Had a lot of fun in college. Participated more in drinking than anything else. And then I got out of college, got a great job in, I work in mental health and social advocacy job, which is really fulfilling, but also can be really heavy. So I naturally kind of got back into nature. And I also, along this period in the mix of things, there was a lot of chaos going on then. I developed, I think this is part of the reason I stopped running too. I developed a seizure disorder when I was like 12 or 13, and it just made
Me too.
Oh, really? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I'm
Oh my God.
epileptic.
Oh my gosh.
Not
So
for
am I.
a long time. It's been 16 years since I've had one.
I think I'm around the same as you. That's so
Cool.
crazy.
Yeah,
This is
cool.
so weird. We didn't plan this, everyone. That is so crazy.
Congratulations,
That
by the way.
you too. Kept her every day for the rest of my life, but it's working. So we're good. We're
Same.
good. Oh, that's so
Same.
funny.
That's so
I mean,
crazy.
it's not funny, but that's so wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of that's stressful. Like you even though I think the people who witness it are probably more scared, it still sits in the back of your mind and it's like, what can I do? What's going to trigger this? Like it causes anxiety, some people more than others. So I really just was like, screw it. Like, I don't need to do anything else. And I just kind of backed away and got scared. And then I got my dog who's currently at my feet. And I had to give that dog the best life ever. He is a husky. And if anyone knows huskies, they are very active and you need to get them tired. And a tired husky is the best husky. And so we actually like would get together with a dog park group and go on these hikes and stuff where my other sense of like community was. And we started building up towards 4,000 footers. I was on the Osceolas hiking with them and I saw this group of guys who I now know who they are, but I saw them running up and I was like, huh. Like I knew about mountain races. I'd done some mountain races previously when I was younger, maybe between like 12 and 16, because there's a mountain series in New Hampshire. And my mom kind of dragged my sister and I to them, but they were fun. It was great. It's a great community. But I saw these guys out here in like the mountains, not just the ski slopes, the mountains. And I saw them running up and I was like, that's crazy. And then I saw them running down and one guy was covered in blood. And for some reason I was like, I think I want to do that. I don't know why. But that just like sparked something in me. So I learned about the 4,000 footers in New Hampshire and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a list. I got to do the list. So
Nice.
I was like I was out of college working part-time, or maybe I can't actually remember if I was a part-time student and finishing up because prior to that, I'm jumping all over the place, but my freshman year of good, because this is my ADHD brain. My freshman year of college, I had a seizure in my Spanish class, hit a radiator, got a concussion. Like, yeah, that wasn't great. And yeah, that's also around the time again, I just wasn't really in nature. And I'm trying to think what that was related to in terms of what I was just telling you. But either way, that kind of, I don't know, that just kind of set me back again. But I decided like, oh, I didn't. Okay. So part of that was I had to do a couple extra classes. I didn't do the traditional college year. I did 4 classes at a time. I wasn't going to try to take 5 classes per semester. My brain was half functioning. So did a little extra, was working part-time in school. We went to do the 4,000 footers. I accidentally did them in 2.5 months ish. I was like, oh crap, I finished my list, which like it was it was so much fun, but it was over too fast. And then part of that too, when I'd been seeing people run, I was really doing more hiking, but I would like get hungry at the top and be like, well, shit, I want to be done now. So I just start running and then
Yeah.
I get to the bottom quicker. So it just like, that's kind of how I started really mountain running and then connecting with different clubs and communities. And I remembered some of them from when I started way back. So I've just like almost re-entered the running scene. And I've been here for a bit now, but it's still a little bit new in a sense, I guess. I don't have like the traditional background, but that's my all over the place story.
It's
How I'm
it's
back.
it's a great story. Like I know, like you said that you had your epilepsy, and that's a big thing. It's not, once again, you said, people see it, and it's. I remember, luckily, I had my wife and my good friend John, who's been there with me for a long time, and I had one. And John, it was at a pizza place, and I had one. He's just like, let him go. He's got to finish it. And
Yeah.
the lady looks over the things like, does he still want his pizza? And John was just like, are you kidding me? He's freaking throwing up. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
But,
Yeah. Some of the reactions, I mean, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
no, but you kind of stuck with it and you rebounded back and you went back to trail running stuff. But it seems like you've been trail running since the early stages, back when you were a teenager and stuff. Like, to hear that is unusual, because a lot of people just hike, and then in the later stages they'll get to trail running. Like, not even
Yeah.
in their like mid-20s and stuff like that, they'll start hiking and be like, yeah, I can do this faster, and they trail run. You were trail running on the early stages of your life, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I would call it trail running, but also it was like the mountain series that I would do was like every week. I wouldn't train like at all. And then my mom would take us to the races on the weekend. And I don't know if I'd call it, I think we all know mountain running up is a hike. So really, I was hiking. I was just hiking, sometimes a little bit faster up a mountain. But yeah, I guess it was trail running, but they really blend in once you're going up a mountain, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
So
kind of lose focus and you're just like, am I at the top yet? Jesus.
yeah. So it was hiking, but it was good. It was a good outlet. But yeah, then I completely was like, no, I think I'm done. And then yeah, just came back to it because I don't know. That's where my heart is. So
And speaking, you said your heart is in running, but it's also in New England and such. You said you love New England. You always come back here. It's your spot. It's your place. Why is it such a great place to trail run?
oh my God, I read this as one of your questions. I was like, there's so many reasons. I think first of all, it's so safe. I feel really safe, and not the fact that I've got 3 dogs who run with me, but even before that, it's it's safe and it's so unique. Like you're gonna be on slabby rocks 1 second, roots the next second, some flat easy trail. Like it's so engaging, and I think I said it before, maybe, or briefly mentioned it. I have ADHD, so it really satisfies my ADHD. And just that differing terrain, it's like, what should I do here? What should I do there? And just like, there's so much to look at. And then on top of that, we have a whole other world when it's winter here, or fall, or spring, or summer.
Yeah.
And so it's just like winter in the White Mountains is so magical. It's magical in New England anyway when we get snow. We can count on the whites to at least have snow, but it's just so engaging, and the community. I feel like the Northeast, I don't know, we're told we come across as cold, but man, I feel like these are the realest people this is my tribe here. I love it here. I'm sure there's places like that all over, but there's an honesty to us, but also like a kindness that I don't know.
I think we cherish the mountains a little bit more than other areas do. The Northeast, I think.
Yeah,
A lot
maybe
of the
you're
people,
right.
a lot of people will come up, that don't, specifically care about the mountains, but then like they'll get an itch, and then all of a sudden they're flip-flopped and they're now doing what you're doing, trail running, or loving the mountains so much that they got to get out there every day and do it. And that's what I found with the podcast. It's just that a lot of people, like, don't just do it, but they care. They leave no trace. They do all that stuff. They all bond together. Like it's great. The Northeast is special. When I turned like 18, I wanted to get the hell out of here. I left, but then I came back. I'm like, God damn, I miss this place. It's so stunning and beautiful. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I think that is the story for many of us. I was like, I'm going out west. I'm going out west. I never went out west. I just came back here. I'm like, oh wait, there's more to discover here. And there always is. But no, I totally get that.
Yeah, there is a lot to discover. People don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
and now once again, I would have to say the diversity of what we have out here. Once again, you're up on the Prezi and you're sprinting along Lafayette, or not Lafayette. You're up on the Pemmy. You're sprinting along Lafayette, and then you go up Liberty and Flume, but then you got to go down, and there's some steep spots. So like you said, you're like, I can fly. And then all of a sudden you put on the e-brake. You're like, oh shit, I gotta be careful right here. And then you can fly again. And then you're like, oh, I gotta be careful here. So it's a lot of, well, once again, your ADHD mind goes all over the place, but it's so much fun.
It's so engaging. Like you can't stop thinking about it. Like you have to be present. And I think I love that forced present, or need to be present, or you're kind of screwed. But I love that.
You said you did the Breakneck Ridge run. What other trail runs have you done that you would like to mention, like some crazy fun stuff?
Ooh, oh man, done a lot. That was just the only that. So I've done Climate for Climate, Breakneck, and Escarpment officially. So I got my 3 New York races. But I think if people are interested in some other races, which are also like hikes too, because that's my preference. The White Mountain Endurance Series is so much fun. I think my favorite race, this is a hard one. So there's a Mount Shakorowa race, which it's so cool. And Mount Shakorowa is so beautiful. It's right near Conway. That area is gorgeous. And it's just like a nice little town, really good food. Cause I don't know, if you're a runner, food is the same, right? Like that's what we need. We don't need many things, but yeah.
That is the reason why you guys run, is so you can finish and have the food so quickly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you see me running, just like hook me up with a baked good. I'm your best friend, something like that. But Mount Shakorowa race is so worth the visit here. The Bald Face Scramble is actually the race, my favorite race. The bald faces are so gorgeous, but I skipped it for Escarpment. And I'm glad I did, because it's good to switch things up. But that is such a beautiful race. Kilkenny Ridge race, also gorgeous, and it's like a beautiful time of year. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but it's so worth it. There's a race in Vermont called the Mozo Double Up, which I need to get back to, but it's like 11 miles, but it's like 5,500 feet of climbing, which that is a lot of climbing in 11 miles. Escarpment's about 5,000, a little bit under, in about 18 miles. So 11 miles, like that is, you go up basically twice. Ironworks Adventures, I think that adventure race, I think that's who puts it on, is great. And then one of my all-time favorite races is Seven Sisters in Western Mass. Amy Rozecki puts that on, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I definitely have a type.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that.
Technical and Verdi. Those are probably the races I would shout out the most. And again, greatest communities, totally worth checking out.
So now you said of those races, you skipped the Bald Face Scramble to come to the Escarpment. Now, what's the deal with that? What brought you to go after the Escarpment?
So Amy invited me to do Climate for Climate last year, and I couldn't make, and so Dick also reached out to me to do Escarpment after, and I'm like, I can't make both. I can't. We have a lot of animals, 2 cats and 3 dogs. Yeah, and it's just like, and they're very active. So as much as I love and trust my friends, like it's a lot. I don't want to do that to people. And we do travel with the dogs and we make it work. But even our cats, one of them has pica and likes to eat plastic if he doesn't get, or rubber if he doesn't get enough attention, and has 2 emergency surgeries. It's a whole thing. So we just have to be very planful of what we do. So I just couldn't make that, and it wasn't feasible at the time. So I was like, I can't do it this year, Dick, but I will be there next year. I was. So I decided to do it this year, and something, again, I loved. I had heard about Escarpment for a long time. Like, people were like, you're going to love Escarpment. And all the pictures, I was like, yeah, I'm going to love Escarpment. And all the posts about like just the community and like how much they value each other. And it was like, oh, I'm meant to go do this race. I got to go do this. I got to go meet the people. I got to go check out this trail. So it was already in my brain. I think maybe I manifested it, or Dick has some kind of psychic powers, because he reached out to me. He's like, you got to come do this. I'm like, yep, I'll be there. So then I ran it this year.
So, like, how did Dick know that who you were? Like, I mean, have you, of those previous races have you won a lot of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a big confidence saying, hell yeah.
I think, again, there's so many different, not to take away from my abilities, but like, there's so many different kinds of runners. And it's funny because like running a flat 5K, like I could have a decent time, but man, it's so brutal for me. It wouldn't be great. It doesn't compare to the things that I love. And I love a technical race. And I think like I am fortunate in my abilities. When I love something, I can really move. And so and also like, this is what I'm constantly practicing on. So it's like, I get to run what I was already going to run, surrounded by friends and people I care about, and I get free aid stations. Like, hell yeah, why wouldn't I do that? And post run food and ice cream, like at a lot of the races I like. So like, this is a win-win. But
yeah, I agree that I mean, once again, the Catskills are tight and stuff like that. And like, I mean, coming into this, you know, you've had a couple wins in your belt. You participated in all these runs. How was your confidence going into this race? Were you like, yeah, I can kick ass at this. This is something that I normally do. This is easy.
So when I first signed up, I was pretty confident. I was having a good season, and I don't know. I go back and forth with that. I think we all do that, right? Like I get into my head sometimes, and this was kind of like a bigger race for me this year, because it was like my one travel race. I might go to Canada, but we'll see about that. But as it got closer to, I had a really, really bad run on the Pemi Loop. Like, it was one of the worst, and it actually got a little bit scary out there. And then I had a couple of practice runs before this, because I was kind of trying to guess the terrain, because there's a huge difference between like up down running. Seven Sisters is very similar to Escarpment in a sense, where it's like just, it's more rolling, and I would consider Escarpment more rolling and runnable. Oh, yeah. And the races I do, like, it's just more, probably a bit more technical, rock slabs, and some things like I'm using my arms. I mean, I was using my arms during Escarpment too, but just in a different way. I got sick right before, and I was like, no, like the weekend before, I was like, please, not right now. I'm so excited to do this. And so I had like a fever on and off for a few days. So my confidence was like, but I was like, I'm going, like, it's fine. Even if I take it a little bit easier, it's about the experience. Like, if I need to drop, I will drop. But my confidence was so low. I stayed with my husband and my friend Bonnie, who came in second during it, and she was trying to like tell me about the race and stuff, and she was really helpful and letting me know, Haley, this is a bit more runnable than usual. So
yeah, it's, I mean, you got, once again, Wyndham and stuff. The only really technical part is Blackhead, going up Blackhead and then coming down Blackhead. You've dealt with that stuff in the White Mountains continuously. And like, it's like, I always see you guys when I'm out in the trail and I'm in these technical spots, and all of a sudden the trail runner comes down. It's like you guys remind me of like fucking frogs or something like that. Like, you're hopping one foot on the other, coming down, and I'm just, my eyes are wide open, And it's just, you guys are a whole different breed with your running and stuff like that. Do you guys like communicate? Did you know that there's another trail runner? Do you have like some sort of language that you can only understand?
Hold on, what do you mean? Like,
Like,
I'm sorry.
you guys are just like so different. Is there something about like trail running that only trail runners get? Like what is so like not so special, but it's just crazy how you guys can endure this pain.
I think that's a really good loaded question. I think it's like, people, I guess I'm going to answer this in hopefully just two parts, but I'll see people out there hiking, and I'm doing a hike run too, but it's funny how many people are just like, wow, go get it. Great job. And I'm like, but you're out here too, but you're going to take longer and I get back sooner to eat. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're way more badass. You're carrying a pack that's like 50 pounds, maybe not 50. I have like enough water. Like I'm good, but I have 10 essentials. But I think I always think it's funny because I think people kind of almost voice that on the trail to me, and I'm like, but look at you. Like you're doing the same thing and if not harder. But I also think with the rock hopping, some of it is like takes a little pressure off the knees. So I have noticed that sometimes hiking down hurts me a little bit after, like I'm more sore from it. Done some course previews where I'm more sore doing a slower hike than I am actually running it. So I kind of wonder if there's something to that too. So that's like my answer to it. But I think once you kind of get that bounce step and rock hopping down with just practice, like even if you're doing it slow and remember, like you're using your arms, you're using a little bit of everything, like just kind of clicks, but you got to practice it, I guess, more than anything.
Now with trail running, do you have like certain like watches or something like that do you monitor your like heart rate, your intervals, your times and stuff like that? Are you one of those people, that you're running and you're checking your pulse and stuff?
Oh no.
No, okay. I see runners doing that all the time. I'm just like, can you really, like, you're hopping back and forth, like can you really get a good like reading?
I think that, and this is just me, I have a watch. I need a new watch and I need to recalibrate it because it gives me extra distance and makes me look faster than I am. But it does do my vert correctly. It's just an old watch and I probably hit it a few times and the band that I have is a little bit loose, but like it gets a decent rating of my heart. But sometimes like the other day, last night, it was saying 146 when I was standing. So I'm like, okay, that's not right.
Well then.
Yeah. But I do think it's a good idea. So on top of the seizure disorder, I just also learned that I have a heart condition. So that's something that I am also dealing with, but like it's okay. And exercise is actually helping it. But I need to be careful. So I have been a little bit more mindful of like keeping an eye on my heart rate. But I do think sometimes I have friends who constantly check and say, I need to keep my heart rate under this for a certain run. And I prefer to go with how I feel. I'll do like time on my feet. And then I'll say, for me, what works is like Tuesdays, I try to do a verti run. So I like to keep it like 4,000 feet, between 4,000 and 6,000 feet. And then the rest of the week is like a little bit more runnable with like some workouts, but then maybe one speed and like another long verti run on the weekend. But I just try to go with how I feel because I don't think sometimes you just read into it too much, and you get in your head and it's like, your body, like you need to connect with yourself and a watch isn't going to necessarily tell you everything you need to know, like
True.
it's a gauge, but I don't know.
I've always wondered because I see a lot of people sometimes, they're looking at their watch and they're seeing their pace or something like that. And like, oh, I got to kick it up a little, or, I don't know
Yeah.
about like heart rate or something like that. I just know when I'm going up and down, my heart rate is extremely high. And then I just really, I look at it, I'm just like, that can't be correct. I'm probably having a heart attack, but oh well,
Yeah.
I gotta finish this so I
Yeah.
can get something to eat.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it isn't accurate. Like humidity can change your heart rate. And I think we just like it's good to monitor, but you really got to connect with your body because sometimes you're going to be racing and to keep looking at your watch and then you trip over something like, I don't know. I've done that so many times. So
So now with the race, the escarpment run, are you usually when you're doing your runs, especially the escarpment run in particular, are you all business of starting and finishing as fastest, or do you actually like stop once in a while and enjoy the scenery on there? Because the escarpment's got some really beautiful viewpoints and spots.
so unfortunately this year, it did not go how I wanted it to. Like I
Oh,
don't get me wrong, I appreciate the win, but I'm gonna come back. I have to come back for myself. My husband's over here and he had to deal with me in the car on the way home because that was not my best performance. So that being said, I was not able to see much.
mm,
Um,
okay.
like I started cramping at mile 7 or 8, and that is very unusual for me. Maybe towards the very end if it was really hot and humid, and it was really hot, but humidity wasn't bad. I knew I was taking a risk, not 100%, but like I didn't know it was going to go. I didn't know it was going to be that hard. I had time goals for this, and finishing became the goal, which I didn't expect
Oh
for
wow.
this.
So what
Yeah,
was you did the finish 3 hours, 51 minutes, 27 seconds. What was
yeah.
your goal before that?
So I really like. I'd like to keep this loose because first of all, I don't want to get cocky. It's a hard race, like it is, and it is a hard race. I did suspect that I would be under 3.5 hours. I had done 2 runs prior with more elevation that were like more technical in about 3 hours and 15 minutes, and those were training runs. So I was like, all right. So yeah, that was different for me, but I was really proud that for cramping, for the last 10 miles, I'm pretty damn proud. I
I mean,
finished.
your goal was it was in the top 15, so that's pretty good. Like
Yeah,
that's with the men and stuff like that, that are like killing themselves and stuff like that, and you're out here cramping and stuff like that, and you're just like, but you push it on. So, excuse me. About the, let's talk. Let's break down the kind of like the run as hopefully you remember it now. Let's like
it's a
kind of like
little
do it.
blurry.
Yeah, let's do it in thirds. So I mean that's at like every 6, 12, 8, every 6 miles. So we're going from Wyndham High Peak to Blackhead. So that's kind of 6 miles. So I'm guessing 7 miles. Like what did you think of that first 6 miles going up Wyndham High Peak to Blackhead? You got Blackhead the technical, but Wyndham High Peak is kind of like very, very, very runnable.
I found Wyndham pretty runnable. I was like, wow, this is pretty cruisy. I better be careful not to go out too hard because this is pretty fun. So I gotta chill a little bit. And there's a couple places with some roots and rocks that I was like, oh, I bet if I knew this trail, I bet people who know this trail could really be a lot more nimble through this. So I love like thinking about that and being like, what would be the best route for me? And I'm like, man, I wish I had come out here and kind of seen some of this before, but it was cool. I also love a new trail or new to me trail. So I found it really runnable. I tried to hold back. I did notice, I say I don't look at my watch much, but I do like to look at the vert and like how long I've been running to kind of say, I don't get hungry when I run, believe it or not.
Interesting.
I know. And then when I do after the run, I'm like, I'm not hungry and I throw a little tantrum, but I need to eat. So I try to like stick to like my fueling is like every 30 to 40 minutes I do a gel. And that works for me. I'm trying to put in more calories because I think I've been under fueling for a long time. But
One
um
gel. Wow.
well for 30 to 40 minutes.
That's
I
insane.
mean,
For 30 to 40 minutes, I want to have a whole freaking like sandwich and stuff, and then
oh
Doritos.
man. Yeah, I mean after, oh my gosh, talk to me. Like I need a little bit after, but when it hits, and it's like everyone watch out because I'm a scary person. But it was really runnable. I was like, man, I could probably go a little harder, but I did notice like my heart rate was a little high and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna just watch that. I don't know if this is nerves. This is still a new to me race. Like I don't know what's yet to come. So I needed to be smart. So I tried to dial it back a little bit. But it was super runnable. And I was like, I wonder where, for me, again, used to a different kind of terrain. I was like, oh, I wonder when there's going to be more rocks. Like I was like, kind of looking forward to like the really gnarly climb because then I'll maybe feel like in my comfort zone a little bit because it is very runnable.
So what happened when you hit the blackhead area where you started actually getting the rocks and the good stuff?
Oh, I was so sad because I was like, what the heck is this? I feel a pain. I feel a pain in my calves, and I'm like, what the heck? What? This is not. I haven't even done anything yet. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I started talking to a couple guys there, and they're like, we're just excited to make it under 2 hours here. And then, like, they were having a conversation. Then I could tell they started to fizzle out because all of a sudden it got quieter and quieter, and I'm like, oh, I guess we're done talking. So I was like, all right, you gotta dial it back. I don't know if you need to do a gel sooner. Like, I don't know what's going on, but you're starting to cramp, and this is really early because I believe that was between like 6 and 8 miles, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is way too soon. I was good on my hydration. I like to do like a bottle an hour-ish. And that works for me. I could probably do more, but too soon to be cramping, like way, way too soon. So that made me very nervous. So I was like, all right, let's, take a little salt, like do what you need to do. Make sure to grab 2 more bottles at the next aid station when you're around 2 hours, and you should be good to go from there. And
Was Blackhead fun? The little, I mean, it's not scrambling like the whites, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty technical.
I wish I felt better because I think that like it was homey for me. It was like, oh, okay, like I know this, but man, I was suffering a
Oh,
bit
wow.
there. So I was like, oh no, this stinks. But that being said, it was nice, and it was nice to be talking to the people there too. And oh my gosh, the aid stations you get to, it's like there's so many people cheering at us. I'm like, thank you for being out here. Thank you. I don't know. It was really fun. I was like still mentally there at that point. So that was good.
Now you're up at where was the aid station? Was that at the summit of Black Dome or Blackhead?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're going down to Arizona Mountain, Stopple Point and stuff like that. How you
Yes.
feeling? How's everything going? You feeling good? Better?
I was feeling better for a second. I wish so badly I had asked them if they had a pickle juice shot so
Oh,
badly. Because as I'm starting to go down, like I'm like, when the cramps get really bad, it's usually the downhill. So I just had them in my calves before, or maybe it was my quads. I actually can't remember which one, but I was doing okay. The guy was like, I'll probably be like 20 minutes down, who I was running next to for a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm good till the next aid station. Like, I'll get something there. It took longer than 20 minutes.
oh wow.
I felt good, and then I just didn't. And he actually, I don't usually get passed too much on the downhill, but he passed me again. He's like, haha, sorry, I guess I underestimated that because it took us both longer than that. So it's kind of funny, but definitely cramping there. But I was like, I had like a salt stick chew thing, and I was glad I brought a couple, but not enough. And so I had one there, and it was okay for a little bit.
Okay. So now you're hitting, I don't know if you remember, you get up to the little flat area, beautiful Arizona mountain, and then you hit Dutcher's Notch that goes down and then up Stopple Point. How was that? It's a little, was it unexpected, or like, were you like, this is going to be a fun spot? It's not really technical.
No, yeah, I was ready for some more uphill. I didn't want to run down anymore. I was getting a little bit nervous because again, was just like, man, I not feeling my best. So this is going to be this is going to be a journey. Like, definitely there. And this is probably one of the earliest I've been like, you can drop. You have been sick. Just, you could do this. And I was like, I am way too stubborn to do that right now. I can finish. I'm fine.
Nice.
I was being a little hard on myself, and I was kind of forgetting the reason I was there anyway. And man, cramps. If there's anything that's going to take you out, like, you used to think those little side stitches from running were painful, but when you get cramps on your inner thighs, it's like, wow, that is the worst place to start cramping.
I can only imagine.
I hope you never experience that if you haven't, but it's not a nice place. It's very rare that I get it there, but today was the day, or that day was the day. Really nice man had helped me refill my bottles there. They said, take a pickle juice shot. And I was like, yes. Yeah. Thank you for having this here, because I was clearly unprepared. So I did that, and it took a little bit. I was feeling better for a little, not long, as long as I would have liked to, but that climb was nice. It just felt very slow for me, but I was like, I need to be smart. Like, this is going to be about finishing. It's not going to.
Nice. Well, that's good.
At this point.
What'd you think of the plane crash on the trail? What happened?
Can you turn that light on? Sorry. I don't know if that was any better. My husband was like,
I'm gonna jump in here for a second.
Please. Hey, Matt.
So, how's it going?
Good.
So, I was out on the course with the dogs, like I usually do when Haley's racing. I ran to the plane crash site, and then I turned around and went back to the finish to see her finish. So we were out on a walk or a hike a few days ago, and I was like, dude, how about that plane crash site? That was pretty cool, right? She's like, what plane crash? So I don't think she was in the greatest headspace at that point of the race. I also have to.
No, I'll talk. It's fine. We're not even going to get into that. There's a reason I was feeling as bad as I was. We can talk about that later. But I think I kind of remember it. But I also was getting to a point I did not realize how poorly I was doing. Because it's a little bit blurry. I think I thought I imagined it, but when he said it, I was like, oh, I kind of remember that. So I don't know how many miles that was in, but I guess I really was focused on finishing. So I really need to redo this race is what we're getting at.
So like you said, you're like poorly you were, like, you're talking about like endurance wise, mentally wise, like everything, all the above, like cramping, stuff like that. Like,
I didn't feel, even after the race, this was really weird for me. It didn't feel like an endurance thing. Felt like my mind was starting to I was getting spacey, which I think happens to everyone as you're racing. But for the pace I was going, it was not one that should have made me feel like basically I was 2 beers deep or something, which for me is completely intoxicated. So it doesn't take much.
Well, those IPAs are a little strong, or the sours are a little strong. So
no, oh my gosh, I have no tolerance. Couple sips of a beer, and I'm like, I think I have a buzz. So,
but I mean, that's a great point. Like that, like when you space out, when you're kind of running, that's how it feels. You're like, you're almost like you're drunk, and you're just like, oh, let me slow down a little bit. Like, nice.
Yeah, that was literally me. But on top of that, instead of having the alcohol to numb the cramps, I didn't have that. So I was just kind of going through the motions. There was a couple really nice guys on the trail. And do you remember the guy's name that kind of saved me?
Adam.
Oh, Matt has such a good memory. Adam, if you're listening to this podcast, shout out to you. He always brings extra electrolyte pills, and he was giving them to me. And he's like, I don't care about how I do. Like, just take these. Like, I can stay with you. Like, are you good? As I'm like physically picking up my legs to move them, because I'm like, Adam, go run your own race. I will be okay. I was like, this is a race. You go. He was so nice. But I'm like, that's the community. They're awesome. But yeah, I was really out of it.
So now you're talking about Adam, and that brings me to my next question. With the trail running, I mean, I notice like there's a lot. Once again, the community is tight. Like you guys are talking and stuff. I see that in regular runs like 5Ks and stuff like that. Nobody talks to each other. They're focused on goddamn finishing or
Oh
winning
yeah.
the run stuff. But on the escarpment, you're just like you're zoning out, but you're chatting with this guy. Like you're chatting with these people. That's pretty awesome. Do you like encourage or you just have conversations? What's going on?
I think in the beginning it's a bit more conversations because I think like as you get in it, we're riding this together at this point, and like maybe we're not outwardly talking, but we're talking, we're communicating. But definitely there was a few people on the trail, and I hate that I was in a place where, but it happens where I was in a lot of pain. And everyone was being really nice, but like it's nice to hear them talking back and forth, and I could participate a little bit. And someone recognized me from some of the White Mountain Endurance series, and he's like, "How you passed me on blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, cool to see you over here too." Like, so I don't know if that was the same guy or a different guy, because also I'm 5'1". Everyone looks the same height, the same build. Like, at some point, I'm just like, and if they're behind you too, I don't know what you look like. Blue shorts, red short. Like, I don't know. That's how I remember them. So I'm surprised. Yeah. Thank you again, Matt, for remembering Adam. But I yeah, we do talk, but it becomes a little more scarce towards the end, I think, when we're all like, all right, let's finish this. We'll talk after.
Yeah, right. I mean, I mean, once again, that's pretty cool. Like that
Yeah.
you're running with these people and you're having maybe a full on conversation that you won't be able to remember at the end of the race, even though it's only been 4 hours. Like it's just it's crazy and it's fun. You know, I think it's pretty cool. Guys giving you some gels and stuff like that. You're like, yeah, just take it.
That
So,
was so nice. Like I really appreciate that. But when he did say like, no, it's cool. Like, I don't care about how I do. Like, I'm just, I'm just out here. And I'm like, Adam, go run your race. Like after he gave me.
did he finish ahead of you? Do you remember?
I think at that point, yeah, because I think it was only like a couple miles towards the end.
I see one Adam ahead of you. So like,
Okay,
and he
that
was 47 or 17 seconds ahead of you. That's insane.
really? Oh, I thought he was farther than that ahead of me, but I don't know. Yeah, that's funny. That last mile-ish, which was my bread and butter, and I just couldn't. I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to shuffle through this. This sucks.
You look so happy crossing the finish line, though.
Um, I think if you know me, because Matt had noticed it, I'm like, you see my face during this? I couldn't. I like to really go all at the end. It's kind of my obnoxious thing where I like really dig deep and I'm gonna make myself hurt. That was one of my slowest finishes through the finish line. And that was actually like a grimace because as soon as I stopped, like I was like, oh nope, can't run, can't run. Like I'm cramping. I was cramping
Shit.
really bad. And it was probably a smile actually for relief because I'm like, oh dear God.
So I'm guessing Matt needs to be on the trail more often, throw you some more sours and beers and stuff like that. Just imagine running beside like three people running past someone chugging a beer. I'm like, I got this. This is how you solve cramps, not pickle juice. Come on.
Yeah, well, when it comes to that, to the last aid station, I was like, just get to the next aid station for pickle juice. Get to the next aid station. He's like, I'm so sorry, we forgot the pickle juice. And I was like,
Yeah,
no.
that
Because the
sucks.
thing is, yeah, if you have pickle juice, you got to keep doing it, or it's not gonna work. So
When did pickle juice become like a big game in trail running? Like it seemed like it's just like taken a boom in the past couple of years.
I guess so. And normally I don't even need it, but again, there's more to it. I can tell you about that when we get into like post race stuff. But I I don't know because now they have those little shots that you can buy from the gas station and stuff, and it saved me. So I'm gonna be taking those from now on, I think, unless anyone else has some like smaller recommendations. But it really did help for Again, not as long as I wanted to, but it did help. So yeah.
Crazy. Now, you talking about all this cramping and stuff like that? Like, did you have any like times when you like maybe had I call them the oh fuck moments of where like maybe you slipped or you caught yourself and you're just like oh fuck, or maybe even with the cramping, it sounds like that was kind of an oh fuck moment.
Yeah, so the whole thing was an oh fuck moment after mile 8. I I would start to get into like, and I love this because I feel like only runners can use this, and someone pointed this out to me a while ago, but I love it when you get into the groove of running. I I felt like I would get into it, and then all of a sudden, just I notice for me when I stomp a little bit harder, which you kind of have to do depending on like how steep something is and like how rocky it is, like that rock hopping, I would get a cramp in my quad
Wow.
or inner thigh. And so every time that was a oh fuck. And then, I'd start to run a little bit and I just feel it here and there. In that last section, because you're kind of bounding over things, like you can cruise a little bit, but not for me. I wasn't really cruising. But then you'll have to like go down something a little bit more technical, which again, usually my thing. I'd start to cramp and oh fuck. So yeah, there was a lot of those
Now, is
during.
this like the cramping? I notice like is when you like more bend towards the back. You're so there's that kind of like the technical spots were giving you the more of the cramps than on the flat
Yeah.
running surfaces. Yeah, that's gotta suck. You're like God, I can do this, and it's like oh, like once again, oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks because like that's usually my strength. And not
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 this
that
day.
day.
So
Nope.
you'll be back. This sounds like you'll be back and to
Oh my
conquer it.
gosh. Yeah. And you know what? Like I hate putting time goals out there, but I will beat my time. I don't know
Nice.
if that leads me in top 3, but I will beat my time. I need another chance like that. I need to, yeah.
Did you ever know with this run that you were in the lead, or you just basically at one point you're just like I'm fucking finishing this. Screw this.
Yeah, people were telling me. I actually hate that. I I know this might sound weird. I'm so grateful for people being out on the trail cheering each other on. And I know that some people like to know what placement they're in or how far they are behind the leader. I'm good. I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't. There's something about, especially like when someone's like, first lady, first lady. I'm like, no, 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 that's not why I'm doing this. I know that might
Oh
sound
shit.
weird. Yeah, it's a little bit, maybe it's just like something deeper in me that I'm just like, well, yeah, that's cool, but I'm still running with the men. Like I'm still up here with the men. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
that's just a me thing, but
well, next time be like, ah, la 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 la, like,
yeah, I smile and stuff, but and sometimes I'm gonna be like, yeah, I mean, for now, like you never know.
yeah,
We're
right.
a race, you never know. So it's just a thing. Like, and I do appreciate. I hope that doesn't come across like I so appreciate people out there cheering. Just sometimes I think it maybe puts a little bit of pressure, which is a personal thing to me. Like I'm sensitive. I don't really want to know
Yeah,
unless it's like I'm so close to the finish line. Like the leader is 2 minutes ahead of you. Like, all right, you can tell me that. I'll go
yeah.
for them. But like, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't.
so with all this, like you have 18 miles, you're doing your endurance runs and stuff like that. Are you one thing that I want to know with most trail runners, are you listening to something like music in your head? Like do you have earbuds in, or are you just going with the flow of like your breathing and stuff? You kind of like monitoring that and stuff. It's just I've always wondered that.
Um, for a training run, if I'm really struggling, I think like mentally, there's a chance I'll put in music, but also that's also a chance for me to be like, okay, well, you need to be with nature right now and listen to yourself because there's something deeper going on and you gotta ground yourself because distracting yourself is not a thing. But also sometimes like some music will start playing and I love music and I'm like, oh, I want to add some music to my playlist and listen to it. I just feel like that right now. And I don't know about you, like maybe this is cheesy, but sometimes I need a good cry when I run, and sometimes a
Oh,
song just hits and it feels so good. And it might be it might be a sad cry, it might be a good cry, but once in a while I'm like, I don't know, music really fuels me. And then on the other hand, sometimes I'm listening to some podcasts and I'm like, if anyone could hear what I am listening to right now, they would think I'm a psychopath. Like true crime, and there's hunters in the woods
yep.
that you're running in. Like, why are you doing that to yourself right now? But
Oh,
yeah,
that's what you're like. And then like you're
yeah,
stopping, and people are like, "What the hell is this girl doing?"
yeah. But never during a race. I'm like, that takes way too much out of the experience for me. If I was doing 50, 100, that's a different story. I think that you get a pass there. Like, go ahead and throw those headphones in. But I think for the distances I do, I really want to connect myself with the experience. And
Nice.
also, I don't know, just like that makes you tougher in a sense. Like, I feel like I get stronger when I don't have the headphones in.
I feel it's more natural. Like it's
Yeah.
you're like I wouldn't say an old time runner, but you're more you're more with nature, like you said. You're more grounded when doing that and such. And then like I don't know. I could never do that. I always loved like, once again, you said before you get the foragers and stuff like that, you hear the birds and stuff and they're like, you're like running, you're like, ooh, that sounds like a thrush right there. Ooh, that's a blue jay. And
Yeah.
then like, it's great to hear that stuff. And then like, you'll be with somebody, like be by somebody. Did you hear that thrush earlier? And they'd be like, yeah, I was listening to my headphones. I'm like, never
Yeah.
mind.
It feels weird sometimes too. Like, I guess it's better. I'd rather have headphones than play music on the trail, especially if it's music I don't like. But I guess I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like they're missing out on a connection, but I also am like, you got to do what you got to do for yourself, like whatever kind of heals you. But I I just need to be grounded. Like we have so much simulation around us. Like that's not natural. Like this is my
Correct.
chance. So that,
Yeah.
and I also am running with my three dogs a lot, so it's like I got to keep an eye on them.
Correct.
I don't
Correct.
want to be that person. Yeah.
So Matt's at the finish line and
Yes,
you
he
cross the finish line. How does that feel? What are you thinking when you cross the finish line? Did you know you got first place? Are you
is.
just basically like shoot me right now?
Yeah, I knew I got first place. I get this thing where I'm like, well, because there was tape too, but I was actually like, can you guys hold the tape a little looser because I'm cramping? So it didn't immediately fall down, and I did not have the strength to like kind of push it, but they didn't, obviously, who would know that? But I'm like, oh, I need you to let that go on the ground, because I can't run into that right now.
Nice.
But I was so relieved. Like I did hear everyone clap and stuff, but I was pretty out of it. But I towards the end of races, especially really hot ones, I think everyone kind of has their thing that they crave, and I know that I'm kind of hitting a danger zone when I start craving that. And although I don't have them anymore because they're so, not that I don't have things that are bad for me, but I crave a blue raspberry colada from Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why.
Interested.
Yeah, so I fulfill it with the only time I really drink soda is after or during a race if I really need it during, but I just like beelined over and had a ginger ale. That's like the only thing I could think about was I need a drink so badly.
And it should have been a beer. Matt, I'm disappointed that you didn't have a beer right there. Tosser, like that would have been the most epic photo finish of her like catching a
Yeah.
beer while crossing the finish line from you, like with three
Oh my
dogs.
gosh, you missed out.
Usually at races that give out a beer ticket, I go to those because I get her. She doesn't really drink.
That's the only reason he comes. He's like,
Hell
"Can I have
yeah.
your beer, your beer ticket?" I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
And then our friends, some of them don't drink. They give him his beer ticket, so I know why he comes to the races. Like he gets hook up there. So
Hey,
hey,
that
we
that
both win. Yeah.
nice. Matt, what did you think when you saw her? Did you know about what was going on and stuff? Was she telling you, or did you like?
So I kind of had a feeling that she wasn't feeling great just by the way she came through the finish line. Like she said earlier, generally she sprints through the finish line. Like I've heard people standing around there like, oh my God, like how does she have so much energy left? And
Probably not a good thing, but
she didn't limped through the finish line by any means, but it wasn't like her usual finish. And when I went over to congratulate her, I could just see in her eyes that it wasn't, the lights weren't all the way on.
That's what he says. I get like these skeleton sunken in eyes when I've had a couple really bad races. And they were there. You can look in the pictures, like I can barely keep my eyes open in some of those pictures. I was not well.
Wow. I'm going to have to go through those because I do have you crossing the finish line. I do have that picture. It's going to be for
the picture. I love that picture. I do think they did a great job capturing me smiling, but I think part of it is like, oh God.
I better smile. Everybody's taking my picture. Well, that's good. No, that's good. I mean, it's great once again that you participated in this, and it was a fantastic time. Yeah. So now, afterwards, you have a ginger ale that you say to Matt. What's the first thing you say to Matt?
What is the first thing?
Did you say like this sucks? Let's go get some Doritos.
Sure the first thing that you said was that was really rough.
I can't.
And then it was, can you help me untie my shoes? I can't bend down.
Nice. Yeah.
I tried to, and unfortunately, like for the few races, like, and again, it's usually just so much closer to the end that I've had cramps. I have made the mistake, like, have someone help you untie your shoes, because the moment you bend down, you're not getting back up. And I started cramping again during that.
You'll be the one looking like you're in a coffin because you're trying to straighten out their legs to get those cramps out. And then I go, should we help her? Should we not? No. Leave me alone.
I did have first aid come over to me and check on me, and they're like, do you have any medical issues? And I was like, oh, shit. You know, when you're like, you kind of hesitate, especially like telling people you're epileptic, but it's controlled under medication. Like, you know, you're good, but it's always like, oh, shit, do we really need to go down this? Like, I've had a lot of medical issues, but that's usually the more significant one. And the cardiomyopathy is also there. I did not tell them about that because I'm like, I don't want to freak you guys out. Like, I'm okay. I'm just really dehydrated. And I knew that. And I also, again, on top of that, the being sick, I don't get sick very often anymore. I used to, but like when I'm getting a fever and I'm sleeping like 12 to 16 hours a day, you know something's wrong because I don't do that. And I did feel good, like, well, maybe not 100% the few days leading up to it, but yeah, I was just really wiped out. So I was like, being sick, being dehydrated, like, I know what this is, but I was like, I have a seizure disorder, but I'm fine. Like, they just like took their time in walking away. And another woman who kept coming up saying, I'd like to get your picture. Are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm okay. Like, she was really concerned of me. And I'm like, I know I look bad. I'm okay. Like, it happens. This is just a really rough day.
Nice. So that's about. So now I remember you saying like towards the end of the race, you usually don't think about what you want to eat, what you're craving and stuff like that. And you're in a bad mood. So what were you craving and what did you have after the race?
I was not craving anything but drinking anything. And this is also the thing where I know that I'm not really like not doing well. I was really nauseous. I think it was actually just chugging the seltzer and soda and I needed to burp. But it took me a really long time. I actually don't think I ate until quite a few hours later. And where did we go? Do you remember? We went somewhere in Tannersville.
Mama's Boy Burgers.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I had a milkshake and fries and it was perfect. That's
it?
all I wanted.
Wow.
I know, but the thing about me is when it hits, we're stopping for food and we're stopping. So not only on the way home when we finally, and this is so bad because there's nothing on our drive home. Not only did we stop for pizza, but we also got Chinese food. So we we hammered Chinese food and I don't even think I ate that much of it because I still didn't feel good. But the next day it was gone.
Yeah, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just sometimes get pretty nauseous after. My stomach just doesn't like, I don't know. Sometimes it takes longer than others, but normally when it's an okay race and like I'm feeling okay after, I usually want a burrito or an egg sandwich. There's something about like...
Interesting.
I know.
Burritos, yes, they're full of carbs and everything. They are just, they're so good after a run or something like that. That's why I wish there was more Mexican restaurants out of everywhere, man. That's just,
you and me both.
that's just have burritos. We need to have we'll make our own burrito run where at the end of the run, you get a big fat burrito. So this is going to be fastest known times. Everybody's going to be like sprinting and pushing each other and stuff. Nice.
Please start a burrito league, burrito race, something.
I don't race, but I would actually do that one.
What about like aid stations with burritos? Is that too much or you puke?
I'm puking.
Okay. So at the end, I
got to be at the end. I wish I was one of those people, and I used to be that could just shovel whatever and keep running. I got my appendix. I had an appendix partially ruptured during a race, and
whoa,
that was bad. Yeah, and ever since that happened, and then I had to have my gallbladder out a couple years after, I just got to be so much careful with my food. I just get like acid reflux. It's not terrible, but par for the course. Like
Matt, Matt, you got a lot to deal with right here, buddy. Like it's just everything.
I'm her coach, I'm her personal chef.
All right, let's relax.
I'm the drinker. No, she's the driver. You're the drinker. There you go.
Yeah. Actually, on the trips, he refuses to let me drive. He really likes to be the one driving. I'm like, dude, just let me drive. But after this race, he was like, you are not driving, which was fair. That wouldn't have been a safe drive.
Yeah, I don't want somebody cramping their leg up and then pushing the gas and not being able to let go. Like,
no kidding. That could have been.
We're in the hyperdrive now. So, all right. So, Haley, I really appreciate you joining. And Matt, thank you for joining me tonight.
Wait.
What?
We got to tell you one more thing.
Please do.
Figured out. So I had a couple really bad runs prior to this also, wondering why I was like really having a hard time. I just switched to a different fueling, which I thought was great, but my lovely husband is the one who helps me fill those beforehand.
Somebody read the label wrong and
yes.
has been filling all of her bottles with half of the serving size. So when we thought that she was having 500 milligrams of sodium per bottle, it was only 250.
Oh.
So my sodium has been...
I may or may not have been
almost
the reason that she has cramped at each of her last races and long runs.
And it's my fault for relying on him for that. But we did do out the math because I'm like, I got to figure this out. Why am I falling apart? But my sodium has been like, I think the safe range is like 2,000 to 4,000. Mine's been so low compared to that, and my carbs and my potassium. And I'm like, so I think, sorry, that was the last piece.
No.
I think we figured, so lesson for everyone, read the serving size. Oh my gosh, that will make a big difference. So
Matt, did you admit to this?
Oh yeah. I was doing math for her last
Yeah.
run. We did a long run kind of together on Sunday.
And I just felt like crap
Cramped again.
Yeah.
So
like, what
we get home, she saved every packet, every gel that she had. So I'm sitting there doing out the math and was like, what's going on? Let me see your fuel. And then that's when I see the back. So I did the correct math if I had filled them properly. And I was like, oh, well, if we had been where you were supposed to be, you would have been right in range. Probably wouldn't have cramped. Probably would have felt a lot better. So yeah, that one.
But you know what? I cried because I was like, it's not me. Okay. Like,
at times like that, I see, what is it? The How I Met Your Mother, where she's like, you son of a bitch. Like she says that.
I should have done that.
You son of a bitch.
He's like, well, you could have died. So it's good.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
See, there's another meme, but did you die?
Yeah. Like, there we go.
Hello. So you finished first place. You got the win. That's all that matters, right? Let's go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And, had a fantastic time once again. I'm glad that you dig our community, and I'm glad you're into the community kind of stuff, because that's what it is. It takes a village. And, I think, the trail runners, once again, are a different breed, and you guys all connect together and stuff. And it's great to see these races popping up, and I love to hear and chat about them and stuff. So it's really good.
Yeah. We're happy to be there. That was such a inviting community. Even being able to do this, like, thanks, because it's cool to just have conversations, like make more connections, and like I know I have more people to reach out to if I'm visiting the Catskills and like more places to explore. So thank you.
Definitely, it's good. We're happy to have you here, and well, once again, I'll get that helicopter up to you for the climate change. I mean,
Perfect.
the sponsors and stuff will pay for it. It's not that much money.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So thank you for joining me, and hopefully to see you in the future. Maybe for a future run, we'll have a live show or event and stuff, and we'll get together.
Sounds good.
Matt, good to meet you. Good to meet the kiddies too. I saw them popping up in the background. Yeah. That's fantastic. So have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Hey everyone, I just want to thank you for listening to the show. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe and throw down a smooth review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any podcast platform that you use. You can also check daily updates of the podcast, hikes, hiking news, and local news on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the official website of the show. Remember this, you gotta just keep on living in the Catskills, man. Livin.
Wicked.